Okay, so in this video we're going to be talking about scale factors but involving the area. A lot of people get mistakes with these just because they think it's as easy as the length ones where you just multiply by the scale factor, but actually it's not. I will be using a calculator for this. You don't necessarily need it, but it just sort of speeds up the process a little bit. But yeah, so let's get started. So the first one is sort of, it wouldn't normally look like this. Normally they wouldn't give you two values for one shape. The reason why I've done it is sort of to see if I can help you with the understanding of why this is the case. So we're going to go back to when we did the length one. So we're told the 4 and the 12, okay, and these two are the corresponding sides to both of those shapes, okay. So we can start off with working out, we call it the length scale factor. So length SF is just scale factor. So what we multiply to get from 4 to 12, which would be 3. So the scale factor will be 3. Okay, now we can then do the same with the 8, because if they're similar, if we multiply the 8 by the 3 as well, we'll be able to work out this bottom length here. So 8 multiplied with 3 gives us 24 centimetres. Okay, now we are told the area, even though we could actually work it out because 4 times 8 gives you 32. So we know the area is 32 centimetres squared. Now a lot of people think, well, we just times it by 3 and that will give us the area of this shape. Now it doesn't work like that, okay, and you'll see why. So if we've got the 12 and the 24, so if we multiply this together, that gives us 288 centimetres squared, okay. Now 32 times 3 gives us 96, so that isn't the right answer. So we've now got this, which is, okay, because we've literally just multiplied the 12 and the 24 together. So I'm just going to divide the area of B with the area of A and see what number I get. Okay, and see if there's a link between them. So 288 divided by 32, that gives me 9. Okay, so this is what the area scale factor is. Okay, now if the length scale factor is 3 and the area scale factor is 9, a quick way of getting from there to there would be if we just squared the 3. So actually a quick way, the area scale factor is the same as the length scale factor squared. Okay, so that's the main rule that I want you to write today. So I'm just going to write here again, area scale factor. So once we worked out the length scale factor, if we then square it, that will then tell us what number we have to multiply the areas by to find the area of the bigger or the smaller shape. Okay, so EG2, so this is now the sort of question that you were going to get. Okay, I've left that in the top so you can still see it. So we have our two cuboids. We're told the surface area of P is 30 centimetres squared. Okay, we obviously don't know what the surface area of Q is, that's the whole point. Okay, but we are given these two lengths on the bottom, so we're given 3 and 6. So to start off with, I'm going to work out what the length scale factor is. So length scale factor. Okay, so what do we multiply 3 to get to 6? That will be multiplied by 2. So the length scale factor is going to be 2. Now using this above, the area scale factor, which is what we need to be able to find the area of Q, is the length scale factor squared. So the area scale factor is going to be 2 squared. Okay, which is 4. So just remembering 2 squared, that means 2 times by itself. Okay, so once we've done that, now we know that the area scale factor is 4. All we then need to do is multiply the area of P by 4. Okay, I'm going to do this in green. So the area, or I should say surface area because it's 3D. surface area of Q is going to be 30 because that's the surface area of P, multiplied with the area scale factor which we calculated to be 4, and we multiply them together, which is 140 centimetres squared. Okay, and that's the answer. Now these are the sorts of ones that you're going to get at the moment. Okay, but I have added EG3 just because this is another sort of one where you've got to do the reverse. Okay, so I'm just going to write underneath area scale factor is the length scale factor squared. Okay, so we need to remember that. So this time we're not being asked to work out what an area is. We've been asked to work out the length, okay? But we are given the two areas of the two arrows, okay? So using those, I'm gonna work out what the area scale factor is first. Okay, so the area scale factor. So to do that, we're gonna do the larger one divided by the smaller one. So 490 divided by 10, which gives us 49. Okay, so that's the area scale factor. So if we know this, something squared is going to equal 49, okay? So to work out the length scale factor, do it in reverse. If we square root the area scale factor, we can then work out the length one, okay? So the length scale factor is going to be our 49 that we got from our area scale factor, square rooted, okay? So the length scale factor is the same as the square root of the area scale factor. Okay, you don't need to remember this formula because it is just this one but rearranged. Okay, which gives us 7. Now if we know that the base of that arrow is 3 centimetres, we now know that the length scale factor is 7. If we just multiply the 3 with 7, that can then give us what the value of x is. So x is going to be 3 multiplied with 7, which gives you 21 centimetres. Okay, make sure it's just centimetres, not squared, okay, because we're dealing with lengths, we're not dealing with areas. Okay.